I went home crying, and that's when I found out, like, my biological father didn't want me. Why didn't want me? What's wrong with me? That's really when the violence started. I was getting picked on really bad, and I finally went back, and my people came from out east Nashville and from the Hawk, and they showed up beating up teachers and all kind of stuff. Bro, seeing these little 19, 20-year-old dudes that are coming in and are already fried, bro, is some of the saddest stuff I've ever seen, man. It is scary. Like, I'll be just chilling, or I'll be in a good mood. Everything's going good. Next thing you know, I'm laying down and I'm thinking about killing myself. Like, what is going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's that real, bro.
People see success, like you were saying. Oh, you're so successful. And like, dude, you don't live with me.
Right.
You don't live in my brain.
You don't know what's going on up there. It's a dangerous place. I can't run myself ragged and pour into all these other people when really I'm dying inside. You know what I'm saying? Like, I put the drugs down, but I picked up working. Now I'm a workaholic. First off, 30 days, when you've been doing drugs for 20 something years, 30 days ain't, you know what I'm saying? That's why you got that revolving door. I was out of control, bro. I had a standoff with the SWAT team at the house, man. They had a robot, the tank. It was crazy.
I don't think I ever experienced joy in my life until I had my son.
I will say, even at this point in my life, like, I'm still working on myself, self-care and all that, but I would throw it all away. I'd crash out if anybody ever touched a hair on her head, bro.
Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be? Brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous. Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There's nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us, it's in everyone. As we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give others permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Marianne Williamson.
Welcome to Powerful Beyond Measure, a podcast about radical transformation, gritty stories, and the undeniable power of second chances. I'm your host, Matt Culp, a man in long-term recovery who believes in the power of grace, grit, and growth. Each week, we sit down with real people who've overcome real struggles, from addiction to adversity, and come out on the other side, from truth, healing, and hope. And the truth is, you are powerful beyond measure, and it is time you knew it. So today, our guest is Josh Majors. So usually what we do is kind of figure out where you're from, how old are you, like more of like your testimony, like what happened, and then what it was like, what happened, and what it's like now. So kind of, you know, where'd you grow up, that type of stuff, and then kind of what happened in your childhood. Just go from there.
Like you said, my name is Josh Majors. I'm 44 years old. I was born in Evansville.
Georgia?
No, it's Indiana.
Indiana, okay.
Yeah. And my parents decided when I was like 5 to move to Nashville. I grew up in Antioch from 5 to 6th grade. And then they moved, my mom and her boyfriend, they decided to move to Rutherford County. So that transition from Antioch to Rutherford County was a little different.
Yeah, especially back then.
Yeah, it was a lot different. It was crazy, man, because like that's where it kind of started. 6th grade, you know, like everybody, you know, it's like the first joint.
Not everybody.
Well, you know what I mean? Like,
for me, yes.
Yeah,
Like,
like,
6th grade, yeah.
Pretty typical. But like going back, man, like I didn't realize till I was in therapy. What had happened is I had went to school. My kindergarten was like right beside the house that we lived in. And my childhood, I thought my father was my father, you know, and this is my mom and dad and whoop-de-whoop. So I go to school one day. It's like the first day of school. granted, I'm 5 years old, and they're like calling names, you know, you raise your hand and whoop de whoop, and they keep saying like Josh, another name. I'm thinking it's like another Josh in there, so I'm stoked, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking around, they're like, Josh, you have to raise your hand. So like double back off that, it was a very traumatic moment to find out like I had went home crying, and that's when I found out like my biological father didn't want me. So they had to explain, you know, how that whole process. So like just diving into that was a real traumatic experience for me that I
It's a
carried
lot at 5.
at 5.
Yeah.
Like why didn't dude want me? Like what's wrong with me? You know what I mean? So then like the two people I trusted the most, I'm like, y'all lying to me now. So there was that trust barrier, but like my parents ended up getting divorced when I was like 10 when we were in Antioch. And my mom had got with another dude, a really good dude. This one, you know, he was really cool. He was good to me and my sister. And we moved to Rutherford County, man. And like I was saying, it was a culture shock, bro. I went from like being me and a couple other people being the only Caucasians, and when I came to Rutherford County, it was like all Caucasian, and
Yeah.
people had money. Like where we was at in Antioch, we wasn't the best. You know what I'm saying?
Where, what year? How old are you? You're 44.
I'm 44, so I think sixth grade. It'd have been in the 90s, so like
Yeah.
93.
It's like nothing here.
No, there wasn't nothing here.
Yeah.
There really wasn't.
I kind of did something like that. So I grew up in North Memphis, and during that process, I grew up in like it was a weird situation where like the bridge went out in the 70s, so you had to like all of North Memphis like butts up to this bridge, and then like if you go around 5 miles is like this kind of secluded area. So I was in that secluded area, which was like a country because it never developed.
Right.
But because of I don't know what you would call it, but there was too many white kids in the school that I was going to, so they had to bus me to inner city. So, which was a traumatic experience, honestly. But
Right.
my parents divorced when I was 7 or 8, and I moved to Cookeville, and it was like culture shock. But I was going to ask what happened to me is like a big city kid moving to a small town. I felt like the need to. I don't even know if it was the need to prove myself or if it was just naturally coming from that environment to this environment. And I was like, just more violent than anybody, you know, more
Right.
aggressive, you know?
I feel that.
Yeah. Was it like that kind of, you think?
Um,
Like, were you immediately like a bad kid here?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But like there was, so in 5th grade, I was, like I said, I was in Antioch from age 5 to I was in 4th grade. And like I went to Lakeview Elementary, and then I went to Mount View. I started getting into some things. And so my family like decides to throw some money together. We really ain't got a whole lot of money, you know what I'm saying? Like my mom works 7 days a week as a waitress, but they get the bright idea, like, let's put him in a private school. So they try to put me in Ezo Hardin, which didn't go well at all. Like I was bullied a lot. I mean, I was wearing the same clothes, you know what I mean, over and over. These are rich kids, bro. So that's really when the violence started, which we had an incident. I was getting picked on really bad, and I finally went back, and my people came from out east Nashville and from the Hawk, and they showed up beating up teachers and all kind of stuff. It was, it made the news. So he didn't pick on them. They didn't pick on me no more. But that's really where the violence started.
Okay. That makes sense. Being in an environment where it's kind of the opposite, but like just being in an environment where you don't fit and being bullied and yeah.
Yeah.
I
It
think,
was not fun.
I think that was more like when I was in inner city Memphis.
Yeah.
I did not fit, you know. But, you know, it kind of shaped who I am, which is, you know, one thing I had to break or like unhinge myself from once I was sober, like years into sobriety, is like the tools that I learned then
Yeah.
don't help me now. I live in Murfreesboro. Like,
Right.
there's no reason for me to
Be
yeah, I live,
ratchet.
yeah, I live in a regular neighborhood, and like there's no reason for me to carry that with me, you know. I don't need it. It's a tool I don't need.
I feel that.
I need it if someone breaks in my house.
Right.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. If it don't come to my wife and kids, man, I
Yeah.
really don't want no part of it, man.
Yeah.
But you carry it with you, man. Like, I think it was Tyson and I forget the other dude on that podcast where he's like, you'll never know how much violence it took for me to get this gentle. I felt that, bro.
Yeah.
I really did.
Well, he's a different creature,
He is.
Yeah. I mean, he invoked violence on his mind and his brain and his body. Like he was already violent, but like to achieve his goals, he understood that he had to like become violent,
Right.
Not being around his family, not having sex with his wife, not, like beating himself up, just like so much like self-hate that he just hates whoever's across from him. That's a different creature, dude.
That is.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't think that he'll ever, I think he has tamed down, but I don't think he'll ever like, that's a lot to take in without like some sort of major psychic shift or spiritual change,
Right.
I mean, he grew up on the streets in like really rough environment, And I think he was like homeless or something, 13, 14 years old, pretty much.
I don't know about that. I just, like I said,
like foster care stuff, I think.
He was in foster care.
I think so, yeah.
He might, I mean, that would make sense.
Yeah, something about like pigeons, and he would like steal people's stuff, and he had like obsession to buying pigeons and raising pigeons and stuff.
I heard about the pigeon thing.
Yeah.
That was awkward, but.
He probably fought them.
Probably.
Yeah.
Out there like chickens or pit bulls.
Yeah, just a cheap chicken. So like after E.L. Harding, I've never heard of that.
Ezel Harding.
Oh, E.L. Harding.
It's right there off of Bell Road. You can get there from Hickory Hollow Parkway.
Okay.
Private school, like I said, man. And, it wasn't like, we weren't in the Jacks, but I mean, it was definitely, off Bell Road. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
little half house. That's what they used to call me. Like, oh, there's half a house, But when I got to Rutherford County, like I said, it was a culture shock, bro. But what was crazy to me was like, we had school and like, how your parents give you money, like a couple dollars back in because we're old, so like it was like, I don't remember a couple dollars, but when I got to Rutherford County, bro, it was like these kids have like $10, $20 a day from their parents.
Yeah.
So going piggybacking off I had already smoked a joint or whatever, and I'm thinking, I know all these people from out east. I know people from the OC. Like, we can make this shake. So, there was an introduction to a lifestyle that I craved. Like, my dad not being around. Like I said, my biological dad didn't want me, and then my dad and my mom separated when I was 10. So by the time I got out here, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, this trap boy, Fred, it's time to go, and I got all these, they all had money. They didn't even have no cars or nothing like that, but they had money every day, all day. So it was a no-brainer for me.
That was what, 6th, 7th, 8th grade?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was riding around the city dropping all packs before I was even in high school, man.
I would like, I sold some weed and shit and that stuff, but I would, 6th grade, 5th, 6th grade, I was selling like, I would sell weird shit like candies, pens. I would go to the health department with my older friends on like Saturday.
Yeah.
And get condoms.
For real?
And then I would sell the condoms to kids for like $5, sometimes $20, dude, because they just want to like be cool,
Want to look cool?
They don't want to. What are they gonna do with the condom?
Nothing, because you done in 2 seconds back then.
But I would just, I don't think that until about 8th grade, that's when I started selling drugs,
But you had that hustle in you.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why. I just have always had it,
Yeah.
Maybe it was like the status. I don't really ever, like later in life, some people are like addicted to the game,
Yeah.
Like that's their thing. Like
100%.
I've seen people like literally like, I don't know how to say this word, but without being weird, but it's like their thing, like taking this one dude I know out in like West Memphis, Arkansas, which is practically Memphis, but he would like take people's shoes and like their clothes and like stuff from like, he would go like to like, he say like your boyfriend's out of town and he didn't come over and give you some dope, and like he wants the money, but he also wants your boyfriend's shoes. He wants, like,
Right.
and he would like in his house, he would have like mechanics wire with like Jordans hanging on all of them, dude. And that's kind of what like, it was something to him,
Right.
Yeah. I mean, in that situation, I won because like, well, my dad owns a tow service, so items and things and stuff like that came very easy for me. I had like stacks and like laundry baskets full of like head units like for cars. And,
Oh, okay.
yeah. So like he would always think like, oh, I'm getting over on Matt, like he's coming up off his radio or he's coming up off this, and I'm like, that stuff don't mean anything.
Right.
Yeah. But I mean, I feel like I got in a space later in life where that wasn't me. I did move in the streets, but I moved as a middleman.
Okay.
So it was a different thing. And there was like a status to that,
Yeah.
One thing is like, if you're a middleman, you have to know people on both arenas, like both spectrum of like the street,
Yeah.
and you can't, it probably saved me, but like you can't, your word is your bond. You can't set up a deal, be in a situation in somebody's house and it get jacked.
Right.
It's just not a good look,
Definitely not a good look.
It's not a good look, dude.
No.
So like being in an environment, and, just always being honest like with what's going on and like moving stuff around, like my word was my bond, which probably saved me.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I think with me, bro, like now that I'm older and going back, like I think it was like, bro, I just wanted like the attention, you know what I'm saying? Like I wanted to feel needed, like because so many people needed me, and I felt like going back to other stuff, you know what I mean? Like that made me feel some type of way. Like all these people, yeah, it was for drugs, you know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
It was not good. I'm not promoting it by any means, but like to feel needed and that many people, like, they wasn't your friends. They just want you because you got something. But at the same time, like phone blowing up and I'm that young, you know what I mean? I'm over here jewelried out, I'm on my pager's blowing, you know what I'm saying? But it made me feel like I was somebody, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was searching for that, for a long time, man.
I think it fit my identity of like the toughness and like being just like a bad kid, like that. It kind of spiraled into that situation. It's like just that identity, and all that was like a defense mechanism,
Right.
Yeah, because I learned very early on that if I'm like wilder than everybody in the room, if I'm crazier than everybody in the room, and the rooms I was in were pretty wild.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, if I can fit that, then I don't ever really have to like be violent or be like, because I've already like almost like proven myself.
You done proved
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, I think that was kind of made me be able to move. And then I learned like, I don't know, like later I learned like how to move with like older people at a very early age.
Yeah. Was you the black sheep?
Of my family?
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like I learned really early on that like people like that were older guys and like people that had served time and people that like I could like really sit down and have a conversation with them, and I would not get along with like in Florida they call them like jits, like kids.
Jits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't get along with them. So it always put me in like that bracket of like how I move,
Yeah.
So I mean I think that saved me and kept me out of like, because they naturally those people have took consequences and they're like more,
For sure.
they're more responsible in what they're doing,
Oh yeah, they're moving a lot smarter. I called them the OGs. We had a circle, man. They snatched me up. Like I said, I was young. I was already doing my thing. By the time I got to high school, I'm already riding around. I got a Nissan Sentra with 17s on it, just riding around, dropping off packs, meeting everybody at school and then out the bathrooms and all that. But they had snatched me up. I guess, word got around quick. And, I'm sitting at the table. These dudes are in their 20s and, like you said, they done got jammed up, learned this, da. So it was definitely, it was good and bad because I shouldn't have been around people like that when I'm 13, 14 years old.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they were schooling me. So the people I'm around that by the time high school, like what, you're 14, 15, I got the mentality of a 25, 30-year-old dude, so I'm moving different. And that definitely, it came to my advantage as far as like with the drugs and distribution wise and how I moved for sure.
Yeah.
But they teach you a bunch of bad stuff too.
Let me think. I don't know if that's true or not.
Really?
I was always the wild one, you know,
Yeah.
the crazier one, you know. So like a lot of times they were like, because I did drugs too.
Oh yeah.
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 And a lot
That
of
part.
some of those people didn't, you know. So like, and the way I did drugs, you know, they would like, I don't know. It just seemed like they were always like, Matt, like, what are you doing?
Really?
Yeah. Like you're, you know, I don't know. Like,
It wasn't encouraging it.
I was telling somebody yesterday, like this was later in my life, but I grew up together and I went to alternative school in Memphis. When I came back from Memphis and from Cookeville, and then I ended up in alternative school in like a year. And, you know, I kind of did something like what you did, but I lived out there kind of in the country. So like all those kids, I would like hook up, you know?
Right.
Because I mean, it's crazy from like just outside of Memphis to inside of Memphis would be like the quality of stuff would be better, you know?
Right.
Well,
Price changes and stuff.
price
too.
changes, yeah. So I would be like, all these people I met in alternative school, we all kind of grew up together, and it was like a weird Christian homeschool alternative school thing.
Okay.
But we all like started moving stuff together, and we were all kind of like a syndicate or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
What did happen was one of them started selling heroin. One of my best friends started selling heroin around when we were about 19 maybe. He called me the first day and was like, hey man, or he texted me like, you know where to get rid of dog food, you know? And I was like, text him back. I'm like Alpo? And he was like, call me. So I call him. He's like, nah, like H. And I was like, I can't push that on these people.
The good old age.
Yeah. So I was like, well, what's it like? You know, he was like, come over, you know? And pretty much throughout that, heroin kind of took over our whole friend group, and he was, I wouldn't say it's his fault, but he was the heroin dealer pretty much.
Right.
And we were still like trying to move, like we were moving, but we were also all got on heroin, you know?
Yeah.
But later in life, you know, I'm in rooms where like everybody there is like, you know, pretty high up, middlemen. I mean, pretty, you know, 6-figure drug dealers, you know?
Right.
But I would be in those rooms, and everybody then was like they were on that syrup shit, and I was doing drugs, but they would make me smoke weed, like blow kush in the room.
Right.
Before I could even go, like before I could go to the bathroom, like and isolate myself. They were like, you can't do it, Matt. Like, you can't, like, you got to fucking calm down. Like, you've isolated yourself so much. Like, why are you're going to kill yourself in the bathroom. Like,
Right.
Yeah, we don't need that shit, you know, like.
Yeah.
But, I mean.
No dead bodies in the trap house.
So sometimes, like, they did teach me some things, you know, being around those people. But a lot of times I was on the opposite end of, I couldn't control the drug addiction.
Right.
Yeah. If I could have, I would have, you know, well, I probably would have caught major time, but, you know. It would have been a different consequences.
I definitely didn't have an off button, man. Like when I got into it, like I said, when we was in high school, bro, and I was moving different, but like I'm like doing my thing, but I'm hanging out with the emos. Like, you know, my people are like, bro, what are you? I'm like, these dudes got the psychedelics. They got the best LSD. They got the best shrooms, the best eggs. You know what I'm saying? So I'm over here. They got painted fingernails and shit. And you got me grilled out, whatever, but I'm moving because I knew there was money, man. And like another thing, like emo people that deal in the psychedelics and all that stuff, they're not violent.
They're
bro.
safe.
They're safe.
Yeah.
They always it's COD every time.
Yeah.
They ain't with no funny shit. Bro, we'd be just out there, and you know, I mean, kind of like they're like, Josh, man, you know, like. We started Friday, like Sunday, you know, hey, we're going to, you know, bro, I'm next Friday. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I just, I always had it in me, bro. I couldn't stop it.
I know this kid named Jared, real young. He started like doing some weird stuff on the internet, making a bunch of money. His parents were never home, and like they owned a business in town, and like, but they were never home. And like you would go to his house, and like 50, I mean, not 50, let's say like 15, 20 people would be in his room. Just, I mean, some people on acid, some people on mescaline, some people, but he, like, this dude was like wild. Like he was very calm, but like he never had a phone. You would find him. But I mean, he was out there, dude. But he caught federal time, like I think about 5 years ago. But he was, I mean, they were doing a lot of like, I mean, he was the guy you would want to find in any of that area.
Right.
Yeah, like any weed, psychedelics, any of that stuff, any weird black market shit going on. Like, but I mean, this dude was like no phone.
That's wild, bro.
Yeah, I mean, but
I mean, it's smart though.
it is smart, but I mean,
It's definitely
he was moving
smart.
so much stuff and federal charges, all that shit's a lot of, I mean, he's probably burnt by now, dude. He was burnt then when we were teenagers.
There's a lot of folks that are burnt, man. I mean, there's been a lot of people that are like, Josh, do you think you're like perma-fried? I mean, I don't think I am, because I've obviously like working in treatment, seeing addicts, alcoholics, whatever, whatnot. I don't feel like I am. I know there's a lot of.
No, I don't think you are.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
I mean, it changes our behaviors, how we speak. It does change that stuff, but
It does.
But
it's
I mean,
extremely sad to see people like
but
that.
you're all there. I'm having a conversation
A
with you.
little bit. The perma-fried thing is, man, I tell you one, like, bro, seeing these little 19, 20-year-old dudes that are coming in and are already fried, bro, is some of the saddest stuff I've ever seen, man. I know you've seen it.
I have, yeah.
Whole life ahead of them, bro, and they're just gone, man. It's wild.
Yeah. You probably see more young people than I do, because I used to see a lot of young people.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, sober living is your last stop. So a lot of those young people go to treatment, they're there, then they go back, and then they're there, and then they go back. And then like the whole time, this is what I did too. Like they're like, hey, you need to go sober living. I'm like, yeah, I'm sure I do. And then they'd fucking dip,
Right.
Yeah, they don't want to do all that.
No.
So, I mean, you probably see a lot more young people than I do. I see like 35 and beat and broken and up to, 50, really.
Right.
Yeah. And that's the kind of where I mean, not that I want them at 35, but like, I mean, somebody at 35
Still ain't got it.
still ain't ready yet.
I mean, I feel that, bro. When I was at sober living out in Cali, bro, I was like, man, I'm like one of the oldest dudes out here, bro. Like, what am I doing with my life, dog?
Did you go through Journey Pier? Or did
Yeah,
you
I
call Journey Pier? I mean, they're connected kind of. I mean,
Yeah, they had some ties together. I ended up going, man, I went to treatment so many times, bro, and I ended up going back. Bro, I had just been there like a month ago, and crazy story, bro. I was looking for this dope forever, and went back to Journey Pure. This was the second time. Got out, and I couldn't find this dope to save my life, bro. And while I was in treatment, my wife had left me for the 100th time or whatever. My dogs chewed up my couch or whatever. So I get back with my wife, and we're moving the old couch out because, like I said, they had chewed it up and whatnot. So we're moving the couch out back, and I'm on some ghetto redneck shit. I'm like, let's burn it because I don't feel like going to the dump. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we flip it sideways to come out the back door, bro, and I see the Camel Menthol Silver pack drop out of the. Cause I used to smoke cigarettes. I don't smoke no more. It's been almost like 2 years, I think. And my wife's like, "You dropped your cigarettes?" I was like, "Yeah, I did." Bro, it was like 11 grams of ice, 7 of Fent. So I had just been in Journey Pure, bro. As soon as the fire, like, she goes in, I'm off to the races. And I ended up going back to Journey Pure. I think I went to treatment like 15 times, not counting like psych wards and all, just detoxes and whatnot. But I went back for the third time, and I was down in detox. And I know the executive director. I know quite a few people there.
Now or then?
Back then, the executive director, she grew up with my sister. So
Jamie?
yeah,
Okay.
I've known Jamie for forever, and
My wife used to work there. My ex-wife used to work there, so
Okay.
a lot of ties.
Yeah, Jamie's good people, man.
I mean, pretty much nobody there besides Jamie is there anymore. But like, Chance was there for 5 years.
Okay, I never knew that.
Yeah,
I did not.
She was there, and then she managed all the outpatient clinics. So
That's crazy. I worked there that long. I never knew that.
how long you been there?
I ain't working at Journey Pure.
Oh,
Yeah, I've been gone. I had surgery in May. I think I left there in March, and then I had hernia surgery, and then went to True after that, and then recently I left True. I just needed a break, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm still at UPS, but bro, it was just
preload.
yeah, man. Walking in your old shoes. Been there 7 years.
I left at 8, dude.
Do what?
I left at 8.
Did you?
But in my soul, man, I was a lifer.
Yeah.
Yeah. If
They want you for life.
they had me.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was like a spiritual pool for me to do. Threshold,
Yeah.
it was hard to leave. It was hard.
They got that insurance, boy. That's the only reason I'm there. I mean, I make decent money, but at part-time with the economy and the way, that's why I was like doing the second job thing. Plus I was trying to stay busy, bro. 'Cause you know how it is if I got downtime, bro, like it's hard for me to stay clean.
Yeah.
It's super hard. So
I mean, do you have, I think they don't have like a lot of clerk. You're in Laverne?
yeah.
Yeah. See, in Murfreesboro, there's like there's some jobs that people do work longer hours, even though they're part-time. And then like hazmat cleanup,
Yeah.
and then
DMP and all that.
yeah, then clerk, and then like not feeder drivers, like yard dogs and like people that are like, but I think Laverne is like, they've eliminated a lot of that. So like, you get like pretty much everybody gets the same hours practically.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, I can come in, they'll give me the opportunity to come in an hour early and then stay an hour later if I want to, but still you're not going to get to 40, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're not going to get it, yeah.
I need the insurance. You know how it is for me and the wifey and both my kids.
Yeah, it's a good job for insurance for
Yeah.
sure. And like, dude, leaving UPS like affected my life, like mental health wise. I'm actually not sure, but like what happened. But around 8 years sober, I left, and I had COVID in August. I had back surgery in November, and then around Christmas, I was supposed to go back, like the day before Christmas.
Yeah.
And I had like been telling them for like a year, like, hey, I'm leaving. What do you need me to do? Like, like I'll train, and I was the longest supervisor there. So at the time, so, but I woke up like it was Christmas, and Christmas sucks when you work at UPS.
It does.
Yeah. So like
Really bad.
especially if you have kids, and like, you're just not there, man. And like, I had Christmas with my kids, and then the next day I was supposed to be there, I think. And they were like, I woke up at whatever, 1, 2 a.m., 1 a.m.
Yeah.
And my boss texted me, he was like, I was like, nah. And then he texted me like, you're not coming in, are you? And I was like, I'm not. And he's like, you're done, aren't you? And I was like, I am. He's like, will you come in and sign the papers? I was like, yeah, I'll come in. But so that happened. So those 3 things happened in my life. And then I like left, started really focusing on threshold, like doing like 40, 50 hours, 60 hours a week, like really on, But dude, I just like developed anxiety that I had never had before. I mean, I had no mental health in my entire life, like sobriety wise, before sobriety and addiction. I never like nothing. And then just boom, man, I just didn't know how to. I have anxiety. I don't know why, and I don't know how to navigate it, And
I feel that, bro.
I've learned how to navigate it. It took me a while.
Right.
Yeah. What would happen is like, most time what would happen is like, I could come home anytime I want. I own threshold,
Right.
But I would like, I could have came home at 3, and then I'm pulling in the driveway so stressed out at 5, and it's just like, I have this to-do list, and I want to do all these things, and like, well, I just add them to the day. I don't want to do them tomorrow. And it's just like, well, it wasn't that bad of a task. But then by the time 5 comes, I would just be so overloaded, overstimulated. And then I try to wind down, get home, and then hang out with the kids, put the kids to bed. And then like by the time 9 or 10 would come, I'm just like laying there just with my thoughts, and just like, I could go to sleep at any time, but for some reason I would just like, I felt like I was on a roller coaster in which I couldn't get off. So it'd be like midnight, and I'm like, I would be so uncomfortable to the point where I would like, not that I would like, oh, I don't want to live. Like, I was just like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Right.
Yeah, I'll do whatever to make this stop,
Right.
And then I was just like, just go to sleep, man. But I had to learn how to like navigate all that shit, like it was just a weird, because I had never experienced mental health problems before.
Dude, mental health is so real, bro. It's crazy, man. Like how it just creeps in, and like everything you feel like. With me, like I got so many people that are like, oh, Josh, you're doing so good. And, when I was working 2 jobs, they're like, oh my God, blah, blah. So I got this, they talk about wearing a mask and all that. I felt like I still had the mask on, even though I put the drugs down in May 22nd of 2022. I've still got like anxiety, depression, and like all this stuff. And then it creeps in, like I said, like everybody's like, oh, Josh, you're doing this. You started maybe whoop whoop. Like I'm smiling, but like really, bro, like I've been dead inside. Like even recently, bro.
Yeah, it happens, man.
It is scary. Like I'll be just chilling, or I'll be in a good mood. Everything's going good. Da, da, da. Next thing you know, I'm laying down and I'm thinking about killing myself. Like what is going on? You know what I'm saying? Like it's that real, bro.
3 year, 2022?
2022.
3 years.
Coming up, this May will be 4 years.
Okay.
So like 3.5, something like that.
On par, like normal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I mean,
But ain't that scary though?
it
bro?
is. It is definitely scary. But I mean, for me, like my threshold for pain in this area, like I've definitely experienced like those type of thoughts and like that type of things, like not the depression and anxiety, but in early recovery, just like, like mid recovery or whatever, 2, 3 years, 4 years. It's like, I would just get to a place where I had to like, man, I gotta get real wild spiritually, like do some like, just simple shit, like rework the steps or like do some crazy spiritual exercise. And like, it's really helped me out of like a lot of those stuff. But
Yeah.
one of the things that I've really grasped, I've always kind of took care of myself, but I was also trying to achieve a lot of things.
Right.
So like, it was more of like, I took care of myself last.
I feel that.
And that did like, it was okay, like for a very long time for me,
Yeah.
But for 2 years, man, maybe longer, like people were like, man, why don't you go to the gym? I'm like, I don't have time. I can't do it, like, and then not just the gym, but like the epitome of my life was kind of that. Like, I got to meet a sponsee. I got to go to this meeting. I got to share this. I got to get to work. I got to, whatever I was doing, like write this grant or like, but a year ago, I spent 2 years like I think I spent 2 years like really just learning to kind of love myself without being extreme.
Yeah.
Yeah, like without it being crazy. Like, but when I came out of that, I just was like, I'm gonna like carve out a major portion of my life for me, And it started with the gym. I started going to the gym, and I was like, I don't have 30 minutes, That's what I always tell myself. But then I went in there and put the headphones in, and then when I felt it, I was like, man, I want more of this. So now, like, my life is really structured around me, my self-care, and then everything else. But if I didn't go through that anxiety period, I mean, I still have it, but like, if I didn't go through that, I'd still be like an animal, dude.
Yeah.
For real. Like people see success, like you were saying, like, like you're so successful. And like, dude, you don't live with me.
Right.
You don't live in my brain.
You don't know what's going on up there. It's a dangerous place, bro.
Yeah. I would like through my late 20s, my 20s, of like striving for more success, you know, first 7 years of recovery, 7 years. Like I don't know. I would equate it to like, you know, everybody thinks Elon Musk is like really successful, but
Yeah.
you don't live with that dude.
Right.
Yeah. He works 20 hours a day, and that's how I was. And you don't go to vacation with that guy. You know, like I go to vacation, I'm still on the phone, I'm still working, I'm still, you know, I don't do that now, but I think it's because I finally have like, I feel like, okay, when's enough? Am I okay? And I am. I'm fine, you know? And like, I don't need more.
That self-care is so important, man. It's crazy that like it comes up a lot, you know, in the recovery. Everybody's like, put yourself first and blah, blah, blah. And it's hard, like, you know, being a dad, going through life and juggling the 2 jobs, getting up at 1 a.m, doing that, go home, wash your ass, go to another job, you know what I'm saying? And then I'm pouring into all these others, bro. And I'm not filling my own cup up. You know what I'm saying? I'm over here saving lives. And I got so many people that are like, Josh, you know, you're so good working in treatment. You know, I went from BHT to lead, residential supervisor, whatnot. I stepped down at True. I just want to do transportation, but like that engagement with the addict and the alcoholic and me and my background, I was able to connect with a lot of people that they couldn't. Even at JP, at True, I had that advantage. That was cool and everything. But like I said, I just pouring into all these other people, man. Like I do a lot of things behind the scenes. I don't put everything, I don't post on TikTok or whatnot when I'm running and getting this sweater for dude or socks or coming out my own pocket to go get the t-shirt. Dude needs draws. He ain't got no boxers, buying them vapes, cigarette. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
just going out of my way for everybody else and putting myself last, bro. So like this past couple of months, man, I was talking to my wife. I'm like, man, I gotta take care of me, man. That self-care, I gotta do something. She's like, you need to do what makes you happy. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna fall back. It wasn't nothing personal. Shout out to being at True, man. They're all good. Good people, man. But I had to fall back and just doing the one thing, kind of focusing on major changes and like, what am I doing? Like, I can't run myself ragged and pour into all these other people when really I'm dying inside. You know what I'm saying? Like, I put the drugs down, but I picked up working. Now I'm a workaholic.
Yeah.
So that self-care, man, is so important, bro.
I did, you know, I'm going through the divorce situation or whatever, but in July I knew, you know, like we were separated. We were still talking or whatever, but I knew like I'm a workaholic, you know?
Right.
And I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that for this, you know?
Right.
I can do it. You know, I could just shove it down and, you know, it's who I am. It's what I do. You know, a fucking machine, you know?
Absolutely.
But literally, man, since July, I mean, I was already kind of headed in this direction, but like, I just like, I'm not going to overwork. Like, I'm going to pour into myself. And like, I mean,
but don't it feel weird? Like,
no, not as much now, but at first, yes.
yeah, like taking care of yourself.
I felt guilty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guilt, shame, all of that, bro.
Like I wasn't worth it or people were going to judge me. But like, I mean, my employees, people around me I mean, most of the time I hire my friends, you know,
right.
People I'm already messing with anyways. I'm like, you want a job? You know, like
right.
I'm talking to you anyway. I don't want to add.
Are you hiring right now?
I don't want to add another person, you know?
Yeah.
But I mean, they've been like, are you gonna come back to work? And I'm like, maybe, you know? I mean, it's a testament to like what I've done is like, everything's okay without me. Everything's fine. You know, and I'm not saying I don't work, but like the emphasis is on me, taking care of me and my spiritual health, me and my recovery, and then and my kids and my family, and then everything else.
How did you come up with Threshold? Like, what was it
was by accident.
You was just at UPS and like, hey, I'm gonna open up a halfway house, and
kind of
like, how did it? If you don't mind me asking.
So I was in my first peak season at UPS, and
God, I hate peak season.
Shout out non-peak season.
It's finally over right now.
Yeah. So I was there. There was this guy, I was unloader, and I had something inside of me. Like, I needed to get out, you know?
Right.
Like rage or like just self-hate or like, I don't know, you know?
That dog in you?
It did. It was in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like in there, and then like what happened is I did the third step, and during that process, something changed inside of me, and I kind of became like I went from like a really shitty employee to like somebody that's there early no matter what, stays late no matter what, and like never misses a day. It's just something that happened to me, you know?
Yeah.
And during that process, I was kind of vocal about what I was going through, like, like the turning my life over to God and like my recovery process. And like my boss had figured it out. That he had been trying to help this guy for years. So he was like, hey man, I'm going to put you in the trailer with this guy every day. And like, I need you to talk to him. I was like, cool, whatever.
Okay.
I'm already doing it.
Right.
So like, trailers go down and you end up going in other trailers. You don't always end up with the same guy always, It's just the way the world.
Y'all were double teaming?
Yeah, at that time, during peak especially.
Yeah.
But what happened was I got really open with my life there because I was trying to talk to him, but then I moved to the next trailer and I would talk to other people. Well, one of those people was this guy, and he was struggling with drugs, but he didn't say that. So
Okay.
during that thing, he left. He quit because he was literally detoxing and couldn't do it,
Right.
So one of the guys there was like, hey, so-and-so called. He wants your number. He needs help. And I was like, cool, give my number. So we meet up, talk, get him in treatment. He was like, man, I just couldn't do it. I don't want to tell anybody there. And like, so he goes to treatment. He tries to stay sober, but he doesn't really do the work, goes to a few meetings, whatever. But we stay in contact. We start working together, like doing side work. And then something happened. Like we were supposed to put these sprinkler systems in, and like he like left me there, and like I got to go meet my sister, and he came back like 5 hours later, and like I'm like, dude, I know what's
typical dope boy story.
I didn't even say anything. I was just like, cool, like whatever. Yeah, you left me out here in the fucking 100-degree heat,
Yeah, thanks for that.
So about 2 months later, I was like, man, where's he at? Like I ain't heard, And then about you think about somebody that call me from treatment,
Yeah.
Hey man, I really want to do this, So I was like, cool, let's like really do it this time.
Right.
So he got sober about 6 months. He had like a spiritual experience, was working the steps, and he was like, man, I want to open halfway houses. And I was like, you got about 6 months, dude. Like, let's do this. Like, I'll get you in front of some people that own sober living halfway houses. They didn't call them sober living back then, but halfway houses.
Right.
And we could talk to those people, and
He's wanting to do this after 6 months.
Yeah,
On fire, boy.
on fire.
Yeah.
So he goes, I'll put you in front of him. It was not my dream.
Right.
It was his dream.
Okay.
So I go to the meetings with him. I take, I go meet the people, and he's writing notes. He's like bringing, So he waited a year, and he put a contract out on a farm in Manchester. He wanted like a self-sustainable farm. And his wife, he had put the contract, so he had put money down on the contract.
Okay.
His wife was like, nah, I don't feel comfortable with it. I don't want you to do it. And she was like, he comes roaring in, and he's mad, and I'm like, listen, man, like pretty much like she's your wife, and like women are here so we don't do dumb things. And like I like think of my wife as like my oracle in these scenarios. Like you're definitely excited about the situation. Maybe it's for the best,
Right.
And
A lot of times they got better judgment than us.
well, it's not. I think that they're on the outside of what's going on. They're
Right.
the
outside looking in.
outside looking in. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, and she also, it's her family. She doesn't want him in Manchester all the time. Like it's a more grounded situation than what he was trying to do.
Right.
So he was like, calm down. He goes, what do you want to do? Like houses here? I'll just tell him I don't want it, burn the money, get a house. And I was like, I'll help you. Like whatever you want to do, So he gets the house. I mean, he was serious. He gets the house, put the beds together, and I had like some sponsee. I probably sponsored about 50 to 60 guys by that time.
Oh, wow.
One of my sponsees lived in a halfway house. So we pulled him, made him the manager.
Okay.
And then this other kid that I had been messing with that I haven't sponsored, but he's been in, around me, like in and out.
Yeah.
He had just got dropped off from a program, like a faith-based program, because I don't know what's going on. He said something about they don't have a gym. I don't know what he was talking about, but he was at the Rutherford Walmart, and we picked him up,
Yeah.
put him in the house, and then it just took off. So we wrote the program. Pretty much I managed. We opened a second one, we opened a third one, we opened a fourth, fifth, and then he wanted to open an IOP office because we had met this guy and like he got him like really excited about doing it. And I didn't want anything to do with the treatment side. I wanted to just do housing. By that time, I had fell in love with the idea of sober living.
Yeah.
And the reason I fell in love with it was because of this gap that people who leave treatment, or in general, people who enter in recovery, there's these things that happen. Like you go to a meeting and like they tell you to get a sponsor and you go, well, you just get in your car and you go, that meeting sucked. And I don't, you just drive off.
Right.
Or you go to a sober living. There's been so many times where men have been sitting in front of me and I go, do you have a sponsor? Like I'm at the house meeting. Like, do you have a sponsor? I go, no. I'm like, why not? They go, well, he hasn't answered the phone all week. I've called him 5 times. I go, you need a new sponsor.
Right.
And just me saying you need a new sponsor, that's what I feel sober living's for. It's like that gap between, because they don't know.
Right.
Like sometimes they literally don't know. Like for me, like my first sponsor, I asked this guy that was like really like excited about, really aggressive AA guy,
Yeah.
I asked him and he palmed me off on his sponsee. During that process, I called him. We were talking. They were talking about going to the lake with some other people in recovery. And I was like, you ain't going to invite me? Or, like I felt weird about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I seen him like a week later and he was like, I'm going to the meeting every night. He's got like a few years, so he's not going to the meetings every night,
Yeah.
He shows up. He's like, why haven't you called me? And I was like, why haven't you called me? I didn't know. Like, he didn't explain to me I'm supposed to be calling him every day. Yeah. So I feel like there's this major gap in sober living where we learn a lot of stuff in recovery and treatment. And I've been in treatment a lot, like you.
Right.
But there's something about sober living that's like that gap where people are missing the information and like need an extra push, maybe need like a box wrapped around their life. Like, hey, listen, if you don't do this, you don't live here anymore.
Right.
And I don't do that a lot because I don't really, their recovery and their process is not my business.
Right.
But I have been known to, what I do is like kind of social, what's it called? It's called something. I'll think of it in a minute. But I would ask a client or a guest, whatever you want to call them, like what do you think your life should be like at this? Motivational interviewing is what the word is. Like,
yeah.
So I like allow them, they're like, oh, I probably like, dude, my life's like shit. I probably need to go to 5 meetings a week and like get a sponsor. I'm like, okay. I might be like, well, what's an appropriate timeline do you think? Like, by next Friday. I go, cool. If you don't do that, then you don't live here.
Right.
And I probably won't even say like you don't live here, but I would just like allow them to build this box around them that they have to grow out of.
Right.
Versus me going, no, you have to do it, or you can't, like that doesn't work. It works, but because they have nowhere to go, but they didn't do it.
Bro, that gap, like, I think, and this is one of the reasons, like, I'm still, just dipping my little toes in the water right now, but this gap from when they get out of treatment and they're going to the halfway house. First off, 30 days, when you've been doing drugs for 20-something years, 30 days ain't, what I'm saying? That's why you got that revolving door. But when they go to the halfway house and they're trying to get a job and whatnot, I think that anxiety and, oh, I got to come up with $200 a week. And I think
It's a lot.
it's a lot for somebody that just now got clean and, trying to get a job. 90% of them ain't got a driver's license, they ain't got no L's. They ain't, trying to get them on food stamp, the whole process. I seen that and I helped a lot, like I said, behind the scenes, trying to do this, that, and the other. But that was one of the reasons, like, I started Major Changes, bro. What I'm trying to do is
that what the purpose is?
what I want to do is not just addicts and alcoholics. Like, I'm trying to do some stuff with homeless and trafficking survivors and the kids of addicts that are in foster care.
So adversity in general.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. I wanted to focus on that right there because a lot of people, they get so frustrated, bro. They're like, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? I can't come up with $200 a week and get a job and all this within a week or two or whatnot. So I was like, I was talking to my wife. I was like, maybe I can start something and people can donate and we can help certain people and try to pay their rent for a month to at least give them a little bit of time to, get on their feet. Cause they ain't got no resources, bro. And then they get frustrated and they're back in the street and then they're dead.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's just one little chapter. Like, of course I have this huge vision. Obviously, I'd like to help as many people as possible, but for around this area, I'd like to be able to take that burden off of them, man. And, if I can help with jobs, of course I would, but just coming through and, hey, man, I just want to pay, a month of your rent. And if I can help in any other way, how can we help you? Do you need some clothes? Do you need this, whatever?
Well, two things is I mean, there's a lot of things that Threshold is grounded in. Like, we're a social model. So like the way that I explain, like putting that box around somebody is not like a punitive model. That's one thing. That's like one of our principles. The other thing is like something that those things of like getting ID, birth certificate, social security card, getting a job are like insurmountable. Like when I was getting sober, those things were huge mountains.
Yeah.
And like early on, like that's what kind of like changed. That's what made the difference was me going to pick up every single guy that was new. I would go pick them up and I'd take them. Hey, let's go get your birth certificate. Are you born here? Blah, blah, blah. I take them, get the birth certificate, argue with the health department. It gets real uncomfortable in there, but get them their stuff, get them the license. And they're like, I'm taking them to a staffing agency and they're like, that's one day, and they're like, I would see them like, just, they would be like, dude, I don't understand. Like to watch somebody like accomplish these things with them would be like, dang, I can do this, So that's something that we've duplicated over and over and over, that part. Like we always like within a day or two, they have all that stuff.
That's what's up, man.
But it is a lot of pressure that the financial thing of just being in there and like, it's just stacking up, and a lot of them just dip, man.
They do, man, and
sometimes,
it's unfortunate.
Which I mean, I'm okay. Like I know what I'm doing, like I know what game I'm in. Like I would rather them leave and go somewhere else than leave and go get high. Like I would rather them hop, just be like, dang, I owe Matt, whatever, $600-800. I dip. There is you were talking about like donating, so. There's one place, we don't really solicit donations, but one place does help us out. It's a church.
Okay.
And what we do with the money is say they give us X amount of dollars. Instead of giving it to somebody new, what we do is this person's been here. Let's say they've been here. They're going to meetings. They have a sponsor. They have a home group, which they have to get. But the first 3 weeks they were here, they didn't have a job.
Right.
And then it took 2 weeks to get paid. And they've been paying, and they've paid 2 weeks, and they've been paying some on their back debt. I'll go to that person with this money, and I'll either wipe their debt because they've been doing the right thing, or I'll like heart check them.
Right.
Hey, if you paid $50 a day, I'll wipe your debt. What do you think? If you paid $100 a day, you know, what do you think?
Right.
And the, you know, the people that are like
Putting in the work.
putting in the work, I'll wipe their debt.
That's
And I
super
usually
cool,
wipe
bro.
about like 20 or 30 guys. Yeah. And they
That's
like,
what's up.
and they, I like that model better than someone coming in new and be like, because like a lot of people that come in not having that responsibility, they think that they kind of like, oh, I don't have this the whole time, you know,
Right.
versus somebody that came in and like, I hate it, but I'm gonna have to do it, and they start like doing the right thing. Then I'm like, you should be rewarded for doing the right thing. Yeah.
Well, you got some of them that are just bouncing around.
Yeah.
They ain't paying. You already know, but
Dude, I'm in this syndicate thing with the guy that owns Design for a Living, the guy that owns Vision for View, the guy that owns like 5, 6 of them, and they were like, sometimes we make jokes on there, but they were like, we should like share our blacklist, like who owes the money, you know,
Right.
Like not our blacklist of people, but our debt, and like shared it, and like another person shared like, dude, there's like 50 people on here, they owe me money also. We should blacklist them across the board, you know.
Right.
But they'll find a place, you know.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if us 6, you know.
it's crazy, bro. Like I'd meet people, especially like out in Cali when I was out there, bro.
Well, it's different there. The insurance is paying for the stay. You're just paying the 200 or whatever for.
I'm talking about just going, but they were going from treatment center to treatment center. Yeah, not the halfway house. They were just going like with Obamacare or whatever it was, bro. They're just bouncing all over. I'm like, bro, you've been in treatment for like 3 years. Like, what are you doing? But a lot of them were homeless.
It's illegal, but
Yeah.
yeah, it happens. You know, we talked a little bit about your childhood, but like kind of what happened when you went to treatment the last time, going into recovery, that type of stuff.
Well, I was a full blown drug addict, bro. Like I was using every day by the time I was a freshman. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trapping, I'm living this life. Them older folks that we were talking about earlier, they were the big players, man. So I'm doing all this, like trapping, using, like massive amount, like you know what I mean, just way too much, and bro, I go in. I didn't go to treatment till I was in my 30s. I think it was like when my mom died, bro. That was it. I mean, I was already using, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Like crazy, like I said. And bro, like I'd be moving all these drugs, and then like on a Friday, I'd just go smoke crack till like Sunday. It was insane, man. Full blown, just cokehead, blowing trees every day, drinking. I ended up going to treatment. I went to what's that place out in Cookville? New Leaf, man.
Yeah.
I was out of control, bro. I had a standoff with the SWAT team at the house, man. They had a robot, the tank. It was crazy. And everybody's like, Josh, you're off the rocker. You know what I'm saying? My amigos had brought some ice, man, and it I should have known, bro, because like when I showed up, like all the hair on his hands were gone, and I'm like, bro, what happened to your hands? They like shipped a 5-gallon Home Depot bucket of ice with shards like this in it. It was like super meth, and I didn't know, you know what I'm saying? I'm just a meth head, of course, with everything else, and I get tweaked out, start shooting up windows and out the house, whatever. And after that incident, like everybody's like, you know, like I done sold all my cars for next to nothing, sold all my jewelry, and everybody's like, you need to go, bro. So I ended up going to New Leaf out in Cookville, and I got clean. That was the first time I come back, and that's when I met my wife. Like my homegirl was dating Jelly at the time. She was friends with my homegirl, and she was married. I think I had like,
Your wife was married
she was married
to another person,
and I was engaged to somebody else, and she was about to get a divorce. I had this crazy bitch. I'm like, I gotta get rid of this bitch. She's toxic. I'm toxic. Whatever. And we end up hooking up, and I had just got out of treatment, and I was doing good, bro. And I was kind of down on my luck a little bit, and I was like, I'm gonna go back to the clinic, get some pills and flip them. You know what I'm saying? Just flip them. And you know how that goes. And I went back to the doc, and because I was into the pill, we did all that, the Florida and all the whatnot with all that. But I had like 6 months, bro, and I ended up relapsing. I was trying to flip them Roxys and ended up relapsing and went down a dark, dark path. So it was just in and out of treatment, like the whole, I got three and a half years. So been together like 10 years, 12 years, in and out of treatment like 15 times. Just not sticking.
Yeah.
Not doing the work. I'd get a little bit of time. Like I went to a faith-based program. I think I got a year at one point.
Were you in there when that happened? You know what I'm saying? Like, were you in the faith base? Were you in the bubble
When
you got the year?
No, I had been there. It was they did 6 weeks at a time, so I think I did like 12 weeks out there.
Oh.
And I started working out, bro. Got big as hell. Was feeling myself, and actually I got addicted to like the gym, and
Yeah, I've done that before.
it was crazy, bro.
I've done the exercise program.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just got crazy, and well, right before that happened, that was like 19, I think 2019. I had overdosed at my best friend's house, who is dead now, my brother. I overdosed out there, and he kind of lived like it's in Rutherford County, but it's like out, you know what I'm saying, on the outskirts kind of country.
Mm-hmm.
And I ended up overdosing out there, so it took them a long time to come get me. And they ended up Narcaning me like 3 times. It got me to Stonecrest. I done overdose. I don't know how many times before this, probably 5, 6, 7, maybe even more than that. And bro, I was dead for like 4 days, bro. I was on life support. The only thing keeping me alive was machines. And they took my wife and my daughter to meet the chaplain and was like, you're going to have to sign off, so we can pull him off of life support. And my wife's like, you know, you got to give him another day. He'll come back, you know what I mean? So my church came over and prayed over me and all that. And I came back on the 4th day and had to learn how to like talk and walk. And then I had been at Stonecrest, I forget, like 10, 11 days. I don't remember. Then they're like, we got some bad news. I'm like, dude, I'm like, I don't even know how to be a human at this point. Like I have no clue what's going on. Like I'm trying to learn how to talk, walk. I think my sister's my mom who killed herself in 2011. I don't even know who my daughter is. You know what I'm saying? And they're like, yeah, endocarditis from shooting dope. And so then they shipped me down to Centennial, and I went to the cardiovascular unit. I was out there for like 10, 11. I had heart surgery out there. Got right back to it. Like the doctor's like, Josh, if you've overdosed like 10 times, you've like, it just had heart surgery, and like, I'm right back to it, bro. Hit the ground running. So on top of having a bad heart, just destroying my body, bro, just out there getting it and just in and out of treatment,
Damn. One of my friends, the guy that works for me, he caught he's had like 16, 17 heart attacks, but he caught a heart attack. He was in jail. He goes to the hospital in jail, and he left the hospital and went and got high meth for like 6, 7 days, you know?
Yeah.
Like, dude,
Bro, I overdosed at that Mapco on the way to UPS right there on the corner, you know, when you get off Waldron.
I know where Waldron's at, yeah.
It's the Mapco's right there, and you literally take that right to UPS. I used to get energy drinks and a pack of smokes every day, go in there before work, died in my car, go to Stonecrest again, where they're like, I mean, they know me at this point pretty much, and I call the old man, and he comes and gets me. I saw myself out, go right back to the car and get the same dope. Just this. And the old man's like, shout out to the old man. I got to give him his flowers, man. My buddy who's dead, he had passed away heroin overdose in the house. And this is like my homeboy's dad. I've been around him since I was like 14 years old, man. Always been there. I'm talking about A1, Vietnam vet. I don't even know how to describe it, bro. He's always been there for me my whole life, pretty much, I feel like. And I was there when his wife died. She died right in my arms, in his arms, at the same house. And I'll never forget, not that day, this is down the road. Like I said, he took me to go get my car, and we're on the way to Stonecrest, or leaving Stonecrest. He's like, Josh, he's like, you keep knocking on the door, devil's eventually going to open.
Yeah.
And like, I've danced with him so many times, bro, and I don't know, just that disease, man. Like, I didn't think I was ever going to be able to shake it, bro, just to be honest. My kids couldn't do it. I thought for sure I was going to, quit when my daughter was born, and they had to literally take her out of my arms. Like, I was nodding out at the hospital when she was born, man. It's embarrassing, bro.
It's always those things in our mind of like, if we have a kid, if we do this, the kid was a big thing for me. Like, if I ever had a kid, I would, and I had a kid and I never even showed up, I mean,
He didn't even show up when he was born.
It was a weird situation, but yeah, like it was an out of wedlock situation. It was my friend's wife, and we didn't know it was mine. And
oh, you banged your friend's wife?
That's a rough way to put it, but yes,
I got you.
Yeah. I mean, it was a messed up situation, and yeah.
I mean, it happens.
Yeah, I wouldn't even call it banged. I didn't even really want to be there. But yeah, so, but by the time, like, I go back to Memphis and I'm on like this huge heroin binge with my new girlfriend, and like we're down there spending a bunch of money, and we done ran through it. So I go to my friend's house and I'm like there taking a shower, sleeping, like, hey, can we come by one day or whatever? She's like, cool, yeah, you can hole up here for a day or two. Right. There, I go to the kitchen. The girl, she's like, I'm pregnant, and I was like, congratulations, She was like, nah, it's yours, and I was like, you don't ever say that ever again. Like, you just
don't use those words around me.
Yeah, and I just kind of, I mean, at the time I was like living in and out of my car. At the time I was living out of my car, but by the time she was born, I did some crazy shit, and then they ended up housing me again. Like, these people in my life, like, they were like, dude, you gotta get your shit together, dude. So come stay,
You're living in your car?
At this moment, I was not living in my car. I was homeless. But when I went back, they were like, dude, I almost caught this girl in this O'Reilly's on fire with Coleman fuel up in Manchester. Some crazy shit.
Nice.
Yeah, and I went to the crazy hospital. I get out, and they reach out to me, and they're like, hey, like, get your fucking ass back. Like, you were like out of control, dude.
Come get another pair of socks.
Yeah. So I go back there, and then my daughter's born, and I live there, but we just don't talk about it.
Right.
Everybody knows, I guess. But there was one time I was sleeping, wake up, somehow they came in the room. My daughter did, and like was looking at me, and I was like, damn, that's my kid. Yeah, but I just like, it wasn't there. Like, she didn't exist,
Yeah.
But it was always, in my mind, like, if I have a child, I would,
Yeah.
I have her now, and it's a whole thing. The mom overdosed. She passed after she was 13 months when she passed away, overdosed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I ended up getting her and making amends to the guy, and it was a whole, whole thing,
Yeah. You got her full time now?
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's super cool, bro. And you got another one, right?
Mm-hmm. He's with me, Chance.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he's cool. My daughter's, she's great. I love her, but she's had a really rough life, Like,
yeah.
I mean, she's in a great position to where she is now, but I mean, losing your mom to a drug overdose and finding out when you're 7 or 8 that that's not your mom, and kind of like you, But I guess I was thinking about that earlier when you were talking about it. It's like, her mom didn't leave her. Her mom was sick and overdosed, pretty much,
Yeah.
Versus, I don't know the exact schematics of what your dad did, but pretty much just neglected to take care of, show up for you, Yeah.
Kids are the best though, bro.
Dude.
I got the package deal. When I met Sandra, I think my son, I want to say he was like 9 when I first met him. By the time we was together, he's like 10 or 11. He's 20 now. So I got a daughter with Sandra, and then I got my bonus kid. What's crazy is his real biological father died on my fucking clean date, and that sucked. But like I really don't say like step kid or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my kid, and
I have a thing for humans, I don't.
Right.
I'm weird around pets. Like I'm not weird around them, but I don't love pets. Like a lot of people love pets.
I love pets. You don't like pets? Oh, bro, I got to cancel this interview, bro.
I feel like okay, two things. My dad owns a tow service, so I think this is why we would have dogs. Usually they were just dogs we found or whatever, But he would go on police calls at night, and the dogs would chase the truck. They always chase it.
Yeah.
Sometimes they would run under it, through it, because there's like a big gap. It's 20-foot gap. But
Flatbed or something?
yeah, like a rollback. But
Rollback.
he would it happened numerous times where he would come in next morning and say, Bruce Wayne didn't make it,
Bruce Wayne.
Yeah. And I go, over time then I lived on his lot, my dad's lot. It was a compound, razor wire gate situation with a house, and it was pretty tweaky,
Right.
But I had this dog, and it was really dumb, but real dumb, just a dumb dog.
Yeah.
Pit bull.
It happens.
And it had ran over. It was sitting behind someone's tire, and someone backed up. It was just like laid out.
Yeah.
Broke its hip. And I'm usually like, no dogs inside,
Yeah.
This one I brought inside, nursed it back to health, fell in love with it more, and it was a whole thing. And then it's a pit bull. Someone stole it like 6 weeks later. So I just have it's like avoiding grief,
Right.
And then like later along the line, I really realized that like humans have a hard enough time loving humans. Like, why are we involving a whole other creature involved? Like, some people love their pets more than they love their daughter.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I don't, but I do love my dogs.
I mean, it happens,
Yeah.
And I'm like, so I love humans, and I adopted a kid for 5 years, and
Oh, wow.
I mean, I literally have 150 guys that, not all of them I'm intricately in their lives, but I mean, I do love them
Right.
I have empathy for their situation, and I have a lot of them that are really close to me,
Yeah.
So I think that I have the ability. I could probably be a teacher or like something like that. I've always
Leadership skills.
I don't even know if it's leadership, because UPS taught me how to lead, like
Right.
a lot of people. It taught me how to lead a lot of people.
Right.
But this is different. It's more of like, I'm not jaded. Like, I can love a stepchild like my child.
Yeah.
Or an adopted child like mine.
Yeah.
And it's the same for me.
I think with the biggest thing, like going back to my childhood and stuff like that, man, I treat both my kids the same no matter what. So through my experience and some things that I went through,
Yeah.
like when it comes to my daughter, I might do something for her, but you best believe I'm doing something for him. And I mean, because he's older, obviously I've done more for him, but I'm treating them both the same no matter what, man. It's just the way it is.
My son,
Yeah.
he's easier to get along with. So I don't know. Like, I think having my son has taught me how to experience joy and gladness and that type of love.
Yeah.
And my daughter has taught me how to experience like unconditional love and like be able to like be goofy and playful and like pull it out of her.
Yeah.
Because she has walls up.
Yeah.
And he has no walls.
Really?
0 walls. I mean, he just doesn't have them. They're not built in. He's just different. You know? Yeah. I mean, in so many words, he comes out to play every day, no matter what. Like, he is himself. And then you have to like, if you let her, she'll just keep you at arm's length.
Yeah.
So I have to like really be playful and goofy and kind of push back walls. So it's taught me how to like, it's a different love though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel
I mean,
that,
I treat
man.
them the same, but I don't think I ever experienced joy in my life until I had my son.
I feel that.
Yeah. It taught me how to have joy. It taught me how to that and like love. Like, I don't know. It made me hug people more. Like, cause I hug him,
Yeah.
and then I have like, warmth in my heart around it, and then I'm like, well, maybe I could do that with other people. And then the kid I adopted, he's back with his father, which is great.
Yeah.
He's graduated high school, but he taught me how to love someone unconditionally in the sense that I come from a performance-based family, and the way that they love you is they trust you. They trust you to go do XYZ, and they're not going to stand over you and just go get it done.
Right.
And in that trust, they love you, because if they didn't trust you, you wouldn't even get the assignment,
Right.
And I come from kind of like that. I kind of think like that. So when I go, hey, go mow the yard, it's good for you. You learn to do this. And I'm standing out there with him 5 times, and I'm going through the yard. I'm like, when you turn around, you just go follow the line back. And I mean, he would literally just like, I was like, are you blind? Like, how are you not getting this? Like, I'm walking with you. I'm training you. This is the 5th time I've been out here. Like, it's
Right.
not that big. It's not that hard. Like, every time we start, it's blowing away from the house like 3 times. We're going to go around the house, blow it away.
Right.
Show him how to do it. Show him how to crank it. I'm literally walking and talking with him,
Yeah.
Then like, we're going to do lines, and
Right.
then you're going to go there and turn around and then go back. And he would turn around and go, and I would like, it was really hard for me, but I had to get to a place with him where I was just like, not during that specific thing, but like I had to get to a place where I'm like, how can I be proud of him, but he's not doing anything worth being proud of,
Mm-hmm.
So I had to be like, I'm proud of you for just being who you are. I'm proud of you for having a good soul, for having a good heart. I had to like really dig deep for like, just being proud of him for being him,
Yeah.
Yeah, because those lines out there I'm not gonna lie to you about them lines.
I think
his first job was outside of leaving. He left with me, went to his dad's, but then he got like a job cutting yards, and then he was with me 2 or 3 weeks ago, and he was like, man, I really now understand what those lines. You were talking about those lines,
right. I think like mine are they're so different. My son, he's like super chill, calm, real monotone.
That happens when they hit puberty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm proud of him, man. He's not like this new generation, man. Like he's only 20, but he's out here getting it. He's got dreams, he's got goals. Now my son, like I've already got the bond money put up. You know what I mean? She's wild, like just me, which is scary though, because it's like me and a female,
Yeah.
and what I've been through and the stuff I've experienced. Of course, that's terrifying as a parent, but bro, it's the Josh and June show on a daily, and I wouldn't have it any other way. It is amazing. I love being a dad. I love being a husband. Obviously still making deposits in the trust bank. You know what I'm saying? Even at 3.5 years, bro, like people are like, oh, you let her do this, da, da, da. Like you have no idea what I've put this woman through. And she stuck beside me. I mean, yeah, she'd leave and whatnot. And, of course, who wouldn't want to leave when you're doing fentanyl around children? And like one time we went to Destin for a family vacation. I'm up the first night we're there. I'm up all night talking about how clean I am and all this stuff. And I overdosed the next day in front of my whole family, my dad's best friend from childhood, which Florida called Tennessee. And by the time I was in my driveway, CPS, DHS, whatever, they're already there. That was a whole ordeal. But I don't know, man. my wife, man, she has she's my best friend, bro. I ain't even gonna lie. That's my ride or die. Like, she has literally stuck through and made me become a better person, a better father. But she never gave up on me, man. I had a lot of people give up on me throughout my life. You know how it is. But I had a lot of people that I cared about and a lot of people that I took care of, whether it was drug money or whatever it was. And as soon as, you know, I had some hard times, they were ghosts, people running off, especially like money and stuff like that. And I ended up chalking, I don't know how much, I don't even want to say on camera, but she stuck through the storm, bro. And I will say, even at this point in my life, like I'm still working on myself, self-care and all that, but I would throw it all away. I'd crash out if anybody ever touched a hair on her head, bro. Like, that's the realest shit I can say. Like, I love her that much, and she's my biggest fan. She's my biggest supporter. The whole thing with Major Changes, like, she's all in. My daughter's rocking Major Changes, and we got them on cups, and you know, it's cool to, I'm sure for you, like, hearing your family and people talk about like threshold this, threshold that, it's a good feeling to be like a part of something that you created. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, family is huge to me, bro.
I was thinking, I probably shouldn't be thinking about, like, I don't know, like, I guess that's part of like my grief at the situation I'm in. It's like,
Yeah.
this person's been with me through all that shit, and then they're not, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm okay with like the outcome. I can say that, like, you know, how you said, like, if, you know, anybody laid a finger, you know, like, I genuinely like care for Chance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think there's any look y'all
Oh.
might be able to?
Not at the moment, no.
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 I mean, I ain't trying to get too
No,
deep. I know
you're
you're going
fine.
through some shit.
You're fine, man.
I know you. I mean, obviously you care about her. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
I care about her. I think there's been a lot of like, all right, this is a situation I'm in. So the
Come on with it.
girl I was with in Manchester, I told you the story, kind of like, I literally, like, we were on drugs together, Bonnie and Clyde shit. We were fucking doing wild shit a couple should not do together. Just wild stuff, you know.
Yeah.
And we were in the streets doing other stuff, criminal activity we shouldn't have been doing. All of it was criminal, but we were real toxic.
Yeah.
I mean, throw the car and park at 60 miles an hour,
Yeah.
spit in each other's face on the car, jump out of the car at 30 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Fucking I've choke slammed her before.
Yeah.
I mean, I just, you know, snatch, you know, whatever. I mean, wild shit.
Oh yeah. It happens.
And me and that girl are healed, forgiven, and all is okay. So I know that it's possible, and that's what fucks with me,
Yeah.
because I want to go, and I've like expressed this to her, like the exact same thing. Just like, why can't we just be there? I mean, there's no doubt that we love each other, you know?
Right. I think the whole world knows that.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
toxic, dude. And like the toxicity is beyond what is published, and that's crazy because it's
There's a lot.
That's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, it's way beyond that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like, there's multiple levels of just me feeling unsafe in my home and her feeling unsafe in her home.
Yeah.
And I was like, I love her. I want the best for her, and I want the best for my kids. And I also, like, I had to like really grieve. We came out the mud together, and I was also attached to that, like that fantasy story, that comeback thing.
Yeah.
And then also, like, I hold marriage really, really high. It took me a long time to get married.
Right.
You know, I got married when I was 30, 31, you know, and I mean, I had offers to get married, you know, like in my life, you know, it just was, and I felt good about the marriage doing it. But I think that attached to the marriage itself and loyal to it and want to be the best husband I can be. But that doesn't always mean it's supposed to be together at that time. And
Right.
I seen this, you know who TK Kirkland is?
Mm-mm.
He's like a comedian. He's kind of he's toxic. He's wild.
Yeah.
Like pimp shit toxic. He's wild. He's real. But he was like, somebody asked him in an interview about what the best advice he could ever give somebody, and he was like, the best advice I could give somebody is like, whoever you're with, whoever your partner is you should be selective. If that person can get you outside of your character, you don't need them in your life. And that is what's going on both ends.
Yeah.
Like, I am not the person that shows up in that space. Like, I haven't been angry or mad in a very long time, like since we've been separated or whatever.
Yeah.
But we were like talking about like our Amex card like Saturday, and like paying. It was just a weird situation where she felt like I could not get her to understand billing cycles. Okay. And it was pissing me off to the point, like, I'm like fucking hitting myself on the side of the head, like literally physically, like, and like, that's just not me. Like, I'm not angry in traffic. I'm not arguing at a clerk. I'll never get an argument. We're never going to get in a fist fight in the front yard. It's never going to happen.
Right.
Like, I'm never going to yell at an employee. I'm never going to, you know, it's just not who I am.
Yeah.
And then on a Saturday at 2:12 p.m. I'm fucking like, son of a, you know, like, and you just don't want to live in that.
It's crazy how mad they can get us though, bro. Like, I'm super chill.
I'm not doing it again.
And
I am not doing it again.
I love her more than anything in this world, but she knows how to push them buttons, boy. Woo.
Yeah. I'm not doing it again.
Right.
I've got better. This is crazy because it's like the most public situation that anybody's ever been a part of that you know,
Yeah.
that I know. But she's the least toxic.
Right. Right.
So, and I'm like, we're the most healthy that I've ever been in a relationship.
Right now.
No, like overall, we're the worst health-wise that we've been in our relationship. But like, I've been in worse. Like, my first relationship ever when I was young, I didn't even understand. I mean, I don't even think they talked about these words, like attachment cycle, trauma, love languages. Like, I didn't even know what those were.
Bro, and you both.
Me and this girl moved out of the house. I was 16 years old. We moved into an apartment together, like
at 16?
At 16. So we're out here playing house, just guessing what we're supposed to be doing, and that's a healed relationship. So I know, like, it will be healed. And like, here's the deal is, like, when it's healed, I know that, like, we moved on,
Right.
And it's over.
Right.
Do I want it to be? Did I want it to be over? No. Like, it was not my goal. It was not my thing. But somewhere in August, I think, September, August. No, it was right after I came back from this retreat in August. Two things happened. And I'm not like, I do experience spirituality in a weird way, like experientially, kind of, more than most people. Two things happened. One, I woke up with like this voice, just this inner, like, it was God. And it was like, I'm going to rip it from you or you're going to give it up.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, you can have it.
Right.
Because I know me holding on to it and having it ripped from me, I end up on the news.
Right.
Yeah. I know who, like, Matt's calm, Matt's collected, Matt's stoic, Matt's so spiritual. Like, there's a part of me that ain't that.
Right.
Yeah. And I can get wild. We'll literally go to the police parking lot and argue. We don't care.
Right.
Yeah. So, and I had this, at this retreat, I had this, and I don't even like mess off with stuff like this, but we had this, sweat lodge thing.
Sweat lodge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you do like these different, every 15 minutes you go in and it's a different model of like what you're doing. And one of them you're like surrendering. And he was like, if you leave here and you have like a vision or a dream of like a spirit, an animal, like call me, like something's happened,
Right.
And I was like, but I woke up the next day, not the next day, but the day I came back after the retreat, and like I had this dream of like a snake, and I was like, that's weird.
Right.
So I like reach out to him, and he was like, yeah, it's like, I thought it was like a fear, something like that,
The serpent.
but it's not. It's like a shedding of your skin. Yeah, and I was like, and that it hurts,
Yeah.
It sucks, but you got to do what you got to do sometimes. It's not what I planned,
I miss the retreats. I haven't been on a retreat in a while, man.
There's a great one I went to that's pretty, it's not super. It's economic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's up in Mont Eagle. They do them like about every month.
Okay.
Yeah, I went with a bunch of people that work in recovery. It was super cool. People that are like marketers or people that directors of recovery programs. So it was cool because we all kind of have the same struggles of like
Right.
not being able to get off the phone, 80 phone calls when we wake up, like
The nonstop,
the
24/7.
nonstop 24/7, that
Yeah.
stuff. So we were all able to like really relate. We were also able, not that we're always using it, but we're emotionally knowledgeable. So we know what to do.
Right.
We just aren't doing it a lot.
Right.
Yeah. So when we got there, we just like, boom, like we were in it.
Yeah.
And the program, the leads or whatever, the directors of the program retreat, they were like, dude, we have to like go back to the drawing board because we expected y'all to do that like day 2, but we were just so ready. We were like, dude, y'all can have it,
Right.
Yeah. It was cool.
Yeah. I don't think like people realize when you work in treatment or you're running halfways or whatever, this whole industry, I don't think other people realize that 24/7-ness, unless like they own their own business and stuff like that. But
Nah,
the constant,
most of the time, I mean, in my thing, they think, I mean, it's in management in general. It happened to UPS too. They think you're not doing anything. You're just whatever. I mean, when you're a manager at UPS, they think you ain't doing nothing. You done nothing all day. That shit was what I would way rather work at UPS than be a manager.
yeah, it's crazy though. Like my phone would be blowing up, and then it's like as soon as people find out you work in treatment or you're in that industry, whatever, it's like, I got this cousin, my sister-in-law, baby mama, and then you're on the phone. Then they don't got insurance, so then you're going this route, and it's like that. Going back to when I was saying like pouring into others, like I'm going to UPS, then going to working in treatment, but after I get home, I got 7 Facebook messages about so-and-so, Lil Ricky, who, is smoking meth in a hotel, and then I'd exhaust myself, but it was 24/7 all day, every day. Like it was affecting my marriage. It was trying to find that medium, bro. And it sucked for me because like I'd feel bad, but I had to have a boundary. Like there had to be this boundary of like, hey, I can't talk past 7. Like, working at, JP was bad. I shout out to them. I still got a bunch of people, I love quite a few of them, man. They're good people, but they were really bad. I mean, True wasn't as bad, but just the constant, I was making $13.50 an hour, but I'm in the shower and so-and-so in PHP did this, or what do we do? It's like, damn, bro, can I get like a second to wipe my ass?
Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
It's almost like, I don't know how you know what it is? It's not the company.
No. No.
Because, I mean, there is a part of me as like a business owner that goes, well, I know that I'm going to get more out of this person because of who they are and like they've came through my program and like, you know, that type of situation. But it's the workers themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't know how to not do it.
Right.
Like, and because there are people that work in this field that do have boundaries.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're like, that person isn't doing anything. They're not doing enough, you know, like, no, they're working their 40, you know, like a regular job.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was us. Yeah.
I feel that.
I had to do the certain time limit for a while. And then really for about a year, it took about a year or two for me to really shift like, house managers reaching out to me 10 p.m., 9 p.m. Well, have you talked to the director?
Right.
No. All right, do that. You know.
Right.
And then residents jumping a house manager. He's trying to contact me. He's jumping everybody.
Right.
Have you talked to your house manager? No. Do that.
Going straight to the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But over time, it's just it's learned behavior. They know what, instead of me jumping in and go, I'll just take care of it. You know, I go, no, that's your job. Take care of it. You know, like, now I'll stir some feathers up. I will do that.
Yeah.
But I'm not like, I think I've learned a lot more about like, division of labor and like, I just want, you know, I think that if I don't show up and I'm not Johnny on the spot, that I'm not doing my job and I don't care enough. And like, but I pay someone X amount of dollars a year to answer this phone and do this.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I care enough to pay him.
Yeah.
You know, why am I doing his job?
Right.
I mean, it's not that he wasn't doing it. It's that I'm just taking over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because everybody thinks, oh, Matt's available, just call him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's overwhelming though, bro. Like when so many people depend on you, I mean, it's cool because you're like, I've saved this person, I've solved this situation, whatnot, but bro, it's a lot, man. When you got, I mean, because you got so many people depending on you, man. Like in my situation, like I can't fuck up, bro. Like I don't think I got another relapse in me. Obviously, I know I don't have another recovery in me or whatnot, but I got too many people that depend on me, bro. I can't fuck up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So outside of work and all that, like I got mouths to feed and I gotta stay on the straight and narrow.
Do you do 12-step?
No. I did.
Oh,
I've done the steps multiple times. I had a sponsor from 2019 to when I ended up leaving over at JP, and I let him go. It straight backdoor me, and I ain't got a sponsor since.
I don't know what that means, but I'll ask you afterwards.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd rather not get into it. But
Okay.
we were close, and I've done the steps. He stuck with me, like I said, from like 2019 to probably 25 or something like that. We was working in treatment together and everything.
Okay.
And then I'll explain the backdoorness.
Okay.
But we are currently not sponsor and sponsee. But
That's okay. That happens.
it does.
I'm
a big God dude, bro. So
me too.
yeah, I like to.
I got sober in 12-step program, and I felt it led me to God. And for the first 6-7 years, I felt I owed a debt.
I feel that.
And I paid the debt. And then after that, I unchained myself from the floor of that program. And for about 2 years, I was healthy. I was okay with God, and I was okay with myself. And like, but I wasn't like, I'll go to recovery meetings, but I wasn't like in it, you know?
Yeah.
But in the past year, about a year, maybe a little longer, 15 months, I really I got a new sponsor. And once you have so many years, man, the room gets really small with sponsors, you know? Like, who am I going to pick, you know? Got a sponsor.
One of the OGs.
Got to get
one of the OGs.
OG.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I get him, and then he's like, well, I mean, I'm really great at step work. Like I do step work, I experience it. It works for me. It's not something I'm just writing on a piece of paper.
Right.
He's like, he would be like, "Are you going to meetings? You want to meet me at a meeting?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll meet you there." He's like, "Are you going to meetings?" Or I'm like, But I was able to. I started going to meetings, and then throughout that process, because I had a home group early. I had a home group early in my recovery, and I like served every position there up to the district level and state level, and just like it was just so much that every time I went there was a problem. Hey, can we fix this? Or hey, can you chair the meeting? Like I would have to show up late. Like it was so much pressure there, and like I can go there now. It's fine. The whole room changed, but I found this group, this men's group, Thursday night, and like I just ended up there, and somebody invited me, and as soon as I walked in, I just felt right,
Yeah.
And it feels at home. Like we go out to eat afterwards once a month. People are talking throughout the week, and then text messages like individually, and it's a real like brotherhood situation. But if I wouldn't have stepped away, like found myself and been okay, like because I'm not chained there anymore. Right. I'm there because I want to be there, and God wants me to be there.
Yeah, it's a big difference.
Yeah,
I miss the meetings in Cali, bro. The recovery out there compared to here is like night and day.
Really,
it is.
That Murphy's. Well, or you NA here?
Mm-hmm.
That's a little different, but it is the recovery in Murfreesboro in AA. That's the only thing I can speak for. Is actually, I've been around a lot of recovery communities, and like Murfreesboro is like a very great place to get sober.
Yeah.
Yeah, for AA.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's moments where it's better and worse, but overall, like even at the state level, like District 12 for AA shows up like big. Like there's districts that don't even have people that show up like at conferences and like, but District 12 usually has like 2 or 3 tables, like that everybody's voting or they're on a part of that committee, and like some like even Nashville, like they have like a table or 2, and then that's it. And then there's no other district that, it's on fire, like for that type of stuff for service and being involved. But NA is different. It's a whole different thing,
Yeah. I miss it though, man. Like we had, obviously I'm doing like, I think I did 123 meetings in 90 days, but I had it was called The Barn. It was like out in, it was outside of Carlsbad. I don't know if it was Escondido or I forget, but all men's. I did like I was doing 7 days a week, and I had one that was an AA meeting. I had an AA sponsor while I was in Cali. I kept my sponsor here, but they wanted me to have a sponsor that I could meet with, and I ended up getting AA dude. He was super cool, but the men's meetings out there, bro, just like you said, as soon as I walked in, like I just felt the presence of God and everybody. It was just like, I didn't want to leave, man. If I wouldn't have got my wife and my kids back, I was going to stay out in Cali and just live my life. But I ended up, God did his thing, and she took me back for the 100th time. And, so I came back, but I missed that. I wish I haven't been going. I'll pop up every once in a while, man. Working in treatment, I was like, I didn't make it my recovery, but like the 2-job thing and then going to a meeting. By the time I get out to the meeting, like no disrespect or nothing like that, but a lot of this NA shit in Murfreesboro, bro, it's a clown show, man.
It's a lot of drama.
It's a lot of drama, a whole lot.
There's some areas, home groups that are better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I ain't talking bad on him, bro. Like, I love NA. NA saved my life, but there's a lot of riff-raff. I just try to stay out the way, man. Doing my own thing, focusing on me. And
I stayed out of NA because, I go to people's celebrations. Because they'll be like, hey, can you come on the sober? But you ain't about to. I might hang out in the parking lot for 5 minutes, but I stay out the way, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, one, I was married. I shouldn't be hanging outside of NA meeting. Right. And now I'm like, definitely don't need to be. I mean, I'm a target. I got a target on my back.
Yeah, you definitely got a target, bro.
Yeah.
With success, man. I mean, people are gonna hate regardless. If you're fat, you're lazy, if you're skinny, you're a drug addict, if you're in shape, you're on a steroid, they're gonna have something to say regardless. You know what I'm saying? So I could really give a fuck what anybody says. I really don't. I got to that point and dude, it's such a good feeling. Like,
I normally I don't care what people think, but I have like, during this process, I cared what my wife thought of me more than I should. Like,
right.
And that affected my life because I was like valuing her opinion over me over my own. Yeah. But during this process, you know, for 10 years, I mean, I've stayed out of the way and I've really done a really good job of like having a good name,
right?
Good reputation.
Yeah. And
during this, like, I've understood that that's probably not going to happen throughout all this, you know? It's just, you know, it's not up to me. I'm not the one, you know, it's going to be bad. So on top of that, I mean, does it suck? Have I asked for it to not be happening? Yes. But I mean, it's not, I'm not the one doing the actions, you know? So, but during that process, I've really realized that, well, somebody's got to be the bad guy, you know? and then we're in a world where like, no matter what in this situation, like it's just the way the world is.
Right.
For some reason, like during a split up, some reason women are just, they could do whatever. And it's like always. It's like, it's their healing or you know, like it's just, yeah. And it's his fault, you know?
Right.
Yeah. And I got it. I understand. Boom. I'm cool. I'll eat it. But
I'll eat that shit sandwich.
What I realized is that there's a lot of people in my life that are telling me what I should and shouldn't do based on, you know, my communication with them of like my life and how I should be operating. And I have a lot of people around me that are like anywhere from normal people that aren't drug addicts to people in AA, 12 steppers, to people that are faith-based community, like recovery, people that are like been through SLAA or whatever, you know, sex addiction, people that are like religious zealots, you know, like people, and these people are a part of my life. They've always been a part of my life, you know, but then when it comes to this problem or this situation that I'm going through that I'm trying to grieve, they're like, well, you should do this. You should be celibate for a year. I'm like, you've lost your mind.
Right.
But I've had to get to a place where I've just been like, I don't really care what you think I should do.
Dude, it's such a good feeling.
You either are going to love me through this and at the end of it, or we ain't got to kick it, you know?
Right.
Yeah. Like, but it took me it took me about a month to really be like, yeah, I mean, I appreciate your opinion of how I should operate my life. But I mean, in reality, like, dude, it's worse, but I'm like literally grieving a death. Like, in so many words. I mean, it's worse. It's like grieving a death, but they're in the pickup line at school, you know? It's a weird situation, you know? And I've walked away from situations before. This is different, like where
so much is involved.
Like you can't move and go no contact and like, I mean, a parent with this person, you know, like it's just like, there is really no, you know, everybody's broke up with a girl and never talked to her again. Like, that's not what.
No, it ain't that easy.
That would be easy.
Yeah.
The last time I had to move, like with the girl that thing, I mean, I moved. I didn't think I would ever even leave, but I had to, or I was going
to end up doing something.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how, I was talking to somebody about this, but like, I mean, I literally should have attempted murder charges on my record, you know? I mean, I pulled gasoline, you know, like poured it on somebody, you know, like. It's not a good look, you know?
No, it's not. And I mean, there's a whole lot more to my story. There's a lot of stuff. I was talking to my wife. I was like, I don't know, like what all I can say. You know, do I need to like call a lawyer? And, you know, I can't there's so much.
You can always be like vague, you know, like
Yeah, allegedly. I mean, bro, there's like, it was crazy, man, because I'm over here like watching Scarface and like Menace to Society, Boys in the Hood, and blah blah blah. Which I've always been the outcast. I've always been the black sheep. Like, it was what it was, and like I glorified this. Like, yeah, I was using and I'm selling and da da. But I don't know, man. It was like, I remember I had a condo in Murfreesboro, a couple cars out there. I had the house in Smyrna, like 5 cars over there. I had like 7 at the time. And my boy hit me up and he's like, Josh, I want to go, let me get the keys to the duplex. I want to go over and get high. You know what I'm saying? It's like kind of where we just chill. I didn't even have a TV in there, bro. It was just money and drugs, blah, 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 whatnot. And he's like, let me go to the condo, whoop de whoop. I'm like, yeah, all right, cool. We meet up. He calls me. He's like, bro, I'm starving, da da da. I was like, cook you something out the, get in the fridge. You know what I'm saying? I'm busy. I'm out here doing this, whoop de whoop, da da da. He's like, all right. Calls me back, called me like 5 times. I'm like, what? He's like, bro, I'm trying to make some spaghetti and whatnot. Da, da, da. He's like, you know, there's like $30,000 in a Texas toast box in your freezer. I'm like, yeah, just don't touch it. Leave me alone, blah, blah, blah. And like later that night, he called me. He's been doing coke, you know, so I see all twacked out. I give it to him for free. I gave everybody dope for free. And he's like, I'm like, bro, if you call me one more fucking time, you know what I'm saying? He's like, bro, there's like $100,000 in your dishwasher. I'm like, just don't fucking touch it. But it was like at that moment, I don't know. And this is not me glorifying or anything or bragging or anything like that. But it was like that moment, like I'm chilling and I'm thinking to myself, like, bro, like I'm fucking way too deep. Like it went from selling grams and, you know, whatnot, whoop de whoop. And then like, that's when it was like a scary moment for me. I don't know if I just was not wanting to accept it, because it was either like they're like, Josh, you get jammed up, which I took a charge for somebody, you know, he threw the dope in my lap or whatever, da da da. But it was like, it wasn't gonna be like a little it was like, all right, I'm either gonna get it life, it's gonna be 25 with an L because I got this and I'm riding through Murfreesboro on a daily, or I'm gonna be dead. But I had accepted it. But it was like when he called me and we were going back and forth and whatnot, bro, I'm sitting there thinking to myself, like, bro, I'm way too deep and I can't like be like, all right, I want to quit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was wild, man. Just
also, I mean, maybe you probably experienced this. It's like, it's not, it's hard. Like it's a 24/7 job.
yeah.
Yeah. And it's usually not worth it.
No.
Yeah. It's like everybody like thinks it's this, and like everybody thinks, oh, I could do this and not work. And like, yeah, you're about to fucking work all the time, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a lot of times you're working and you're working and you're working. You're trying to just find the right scenario in which this is gonna move me up and work, you know, and like work better. And like you're really out there grinding, dude. It sucks.
Yeah. It's all day, every day, man.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you come across, I mean, people do this, and like I've heard, you know, you come across the right person and then you're in a situation where everything moves up, and then you're like, oh, you know, oh shit, you know. Like, yeah. Now I can't back out.
Right.
Yeah.
When you're sitting at that table, bro, at the Amigos, and they're just staring at you, like I had to learn about like the gland in your throat or something like that. Like if you're lying or you're nervous or something, like they're staring at you. You know what I'm saying? Like at the same time, like we're snorting blow, and of course I'm gonna be paranoid. You know what I'm saying? But like one, you say the wrong thing, they're gonna chop your head off. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's that serious. You know what I mean? Not to mention what just got dropped off in the garage. You know what I mean? So it was wild, man. I was, like I said, I had that aha moment. I'm like, fuck, man, like this is real. Like I'm either going to jail for life or I'm gonna probably get my head blowed off. But I didn't have kids at the time, so I had accepted it, and that was just part of it, bro.
we're at the end, but I usually
Okay.
ask everybody this question. So the question is, well, the title to the podcast is Powerful Beyond Measure, which is from a poem, which is Our Deepest Fear is We're Powerful Beyond Measure.
Okay.
And then it goes on to keeps going or whatever. But so you'll answer the question. You'll say like, my deepest fear is. You'll have time to think about it. You can think about it. I'll edit it out.
Okay.
You say my deepest fear is.
My deepest fear is.
Yeah, and then you answer the question. You can
Okay.
you can have time to think about it or whatever, unless you know.
My deepest fear is a relapse, bro.
Yeah.
That's my deepest fear. Because I know I ain't coming back. I know I'll be dead. And that's me saying that lightly. Leaving my kids without a father, my wife without a husband, all this stuff I've worked for, all the people's lives that I've impacted, major changes, all the stuff that's on the line. My biggest fear. Oh, man, I don't know, man. My biggest fear, I don't know. I retract that statement. My biggest fear is not getting into heaven, bro. I'll be honest. I retract all the rest of that. My biggest fear is not living the way that God wanted me to live and not getting into heaven. 100%.